Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain. And I am outside today to share with you a combo that is going to get you working in behind the back places, yeah? Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow DNA, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterra Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. So I put up a post on my Instagram yesterday asking people to give me suggestions for tricks that they wanted to see me put into a poi combo, and a couple of those tricks caught my eye. Specifically, there were people asking about doing both behind the back weaves as well as meltdowns, and I kind of realized that this would be an excellent opportunity to show some of you out there how to transition in and out of your behind the back weaves, since that is a thing that is not terribly intuitive and that, as it turns out, I can help you with. So to get down this week's combo, you're going to need the following tricks under your belt. Meltdowns. Behind the back waist straps or behind the back weaves. And waist straps. Awesome, so if you don't know all these tricks just yet, you can find tutorials that I've done for each of them down in the description of this video or up in the cards if you're watching this video on YouTube. I'm going to show you the combo at full speed, break it down step by step, and then show it to you again in slow motion. Alright, so I will admit up front this isn't a terribly dancey combo, and that's more because I have a specific thing that I want to teach y'all. And I want to kind of like break out something to begin with here, and that is that the basic way we're going to be getting into a behind the back weave, no matter what trick we're coming from, is something that I like to refer to as hand splitting. Namely, you know, I almost always start my behind the back weaves over here on my right hand side, whether it be when I'm going into them in wheel plane like this, or whether I'm going into them in wall plane like this as I'm going to the behind the back waist strap and everything. So the way that this is done, no matter what, is usually I start with both hands over to one side, and I wind up reaching my left hand behind me and then my right hand out in front of me, and that's what gets me to a position where I can have the right hand poi go around the left and begin this behind the back waist strap action, yeah? Now, let me show that to you again in slow motion, and specifically showing it to you in action and everything. Now, the trick to this is that as your left hand is going back behind you, there's an upbeat that is happening with it. Now, that upbeat is what allows you to get to a downbeat on the other side of your body. That downbeat is where the right hand and the right hand poi can go above your left hand. This is absolutely crucial for nailing this transition. Getting out, on the other hand, much easier, because all I really have to do there is when I have both of my hands over here on my right hand side, I'm going to let my left hand go back behind me as the poi does a downbeat, and my right hand just hangs out here doing a standard hip reel back and forth. That's all there is to it. Once again, I'll show you this in slow motion. Notice how my right hand is just hanging out there as my left hand goes around. I can either have my left hand go back to its own side or go all the way back around to meet back up with my right hand on the right hand side. Totally up to you. And if you're not at the point where you have your behind the back waist strap down, that's totally fine. All you have to do is turn your body into this in order to make it work. So as I have that reverse weave going over here and everything, I'm still reaching my left hand back and then my right, and I just turn my full body around so that it winds up behind me. Let me show you that again from the side. As I'm doing my reverse weave over here, I reach the left hand back and the right hand over it, and that's what takes me to the reverse weave. Ta-da! Okay, so now let's talk about how this works with the meltdown, because this is the other big part of this combo. So as I'm performing my meltdown here, you'll note that I am already in a position where I have one hand that is stuck behind my body. This is not a coincidence. As I go over to my right-hand side here with my left hand, one of those things that I could do is, rather than having my right hand reach over to my left side, I just have my right hand hang out there, and it's perfectly in that position for the left hand to come around underneath it from behind my back. One thing you got to watch out for here is that you've now created a very narrow window for that left hand poi to go through. So unlike when you're doing a meltdown, you got all the room in the world to work with, and you can bring that left hand around as you see fit. If I'm keeping my right hand over here at the side, you see how now I have this very, very narrow window in between my hand and my body to get that left hand poi through. It's going to take a little bit of practice to get your aim right on that, but it is well worth it, I promise you. And it turns out the process of getting out is pretty similar to the process of getting in. So once again, as I'm going over to my my right hip here, I can do this thing where instead of just letting my right hand hang out at my right hand side here, I can actually reach it all the way across. Like going back into that meltdown from a behind the back waist strap actually is one of those things that it makes a lot of sense in the moment, because all you have to do is reach just a little bit further over to get to the other hip rather than letting the right hand stay at the right hip, yeah? Okay, so let's put these pieces together now, shall we? I'm going to start off by doing my waist strap on the forward side once and twice, and from there go into my behind the back waist strap once, twice, and I'm going to come out of it into that forwards waist strap, going once and twice, and coming out of that into a meltdown, once, twice, into my behind the back waist strap, once, twice, back into my meltdown, once, twice, back into my forwards waist strap, and bring it to a stop. That's all there is to it. You do each thing twice. That's the whole combo. Let's see it again in slow motion. Cool, I hope you enjoyed this combo, and I would love to see your version of it. Please post video of yourself performing this combo to Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and tag me. I am DrexFactor on every single one of those platforms. If you post this video to your stories, go ahead and tag me, and I will repost it to my stories so that all of my followers can see your hard work. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to help other people find this video, and of course to help my channel grow. And finally, a huge thank you, because this video would not be possible without the kind contributions of these amazing folks right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the wonderful people listed down in the description, help to make this video and all the videos on my channel possible. If you would like to sign up to support me in my mission of bringing flow arts and poi spinning to the wider world, you can do so by heading on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and signing up. There you can get early access to all of my content, a say in what topics I tackle in the future, plus some great extras and behind the scenes content as well. So go check that out. Please and thank you. Do you have a request for a trick that I should put into one of these poi combo tutorials? Please let me know down in the comments. And if you'd like to check out some more of these poi combo tutorials, I will leave a link to a playlist of them down in the description as well as up on screen here if you happen to be watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to get outside and flow this weekend, and I will see you with a new video on Monday. Peace.